Okay, so we are back in session and we have, is it Mr. Drogan?
Ma'am.
Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
Stevenson Strojan, number 440012.
Strojan.
Yes, ma'am.
I got it. Okay. Would, and you have counsel with you today. I'd like for the introductions, please.
My name is Sophie Vigeland, on behalf of Stevenson Strojan.
Micah Sloan of the Louisiana Parole Project on behalf of Stevenson Strojan.
Okay, thank y'all. In this case, Mr. Strojan's case has been assigned to Mr. Freeman, so I'm gonna go ahead. Let me just read the identifiers into the record and then I'll turn it over to him. So Mr. Strojan is currently serving a life sentence. He is classified as a first felony offender. He was sentenced in October 2017 in Caddo Parish for second-degree murder. And then he has another Bossier sentencing date in 2002, illegal possession of stolen things. His parole eligibility date is May the 5th, 2026. Is that information correct? Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Freeman?
Okay, Mr. Strogan, first off, as you can see, you have plenty of supporters here, so I'm not going to try to go down and read out every name of that people are here in support, which means a lot, and we appreciate everyone for showing up. I will say that Mr. Andrew Hundley will be speaking for the Parole Project. Markeisha Mason, a friend, will be speaking on your behalf. Lynn Niels, your former attorney, will be speaking on your behalf. He's a friend. And then Mr. Muffet will be speaking. And Sophie, your attorney, you will be speaking last, if that's okay with you.
That's all right with me, but a quick correction is that Andrew Huntley will be speaking on his behalf, as well as Karen Moffett and Brittany. They're both here with us today.
Kevin's here.
Apologies for that.
I don't see.
I don't either. Okay, see, Mr. You want, who you want to speak?
Brittany Allman?
Andrew?
Brittany James and Karen Moffett, both of whom are here at LSP with us.
I don't see him on the list. All right, Karen Moffett. Okay, well, those other people will not be speaking then.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you.
Okay, ready to go then. All right, Mr. Strojan, tell me what you did to get yourself put into this situation, what put you in jail, and what exactly did you do? And then tell me, what have you done since you've been in there that you think you rehabilitated enough to re-enter society?
Yes, sir. We're here today because on August 24, 2000, at the age of 17, I shot and killed Mr. Shamarcus Patton. I realized these proceedings will force many people to relive the pain from the tragedy that I caused. So first and foremost, I would like to extend a sincere apology to everyone who loved and adored Mr. Patton, especially Miss Maple Patton. I must also apologize to Mr. Derek Anderson and Mr. Darace Pugh, who I injured on that horrible night. However, that wasn't the extent of my bad decision making, because I'm also here to apologize to two specific families from Bossier City. Not only did I steal their hard-earned merchandise, but I surely made members of my community feel unsafe in their own homes. My effort to rehabilitate myself began as soon as I arrived here, long before I ever had any chance at release, because I knew I never intended to cause the pain that I did, and I knew that I never wanted to create another victim. Although my journey hasn't been perfect, I've constantly worked to become a better person daily, and I've taken every available class. The most meaningful program that I've completed was Thinking for a Change, because it has equipped me to deal with any type of conflict situation that I'll ever encounter. And it taught me about the relationship between choices and consequences. My growth has helped me develop a new and deeper value for the appreciation of human life. To prevent another family from experiencing the same pain that I caused Mr. Patton's, I now volunteer to speak with at-risk youth groups. I share my story and ask them not to follow in my footsteps. As a lead trainer in the PAWS program, I spent countless hours training service dogs for military veterans suffering from PTSD or physical injuries. And the only objective is to improve their quality of life and help lower the number associated with veteran suicide. All of the programs that I've taken and now facilitate have given me the necessary tools to be successful. I can assure you that I'm no longer the irrational thinking 17-year-old kid that I was 25 years ago, because now I'm aware of the effects that my decisions can have. My remorse has caused me a pain so severe that it propelled me to change as an individual. And I completely understand that I could never rectify the harm that I've caused. But I have spent my time in prison trying to be productive and repay my debt to society. And I assure you that I'll spend the rest of my life working towards that goal.
Okay. All right, we'll have some more questions for you in a moment. First, let's go to, Mr. Andrew Hundley at the Parole Project.
Good morning, Andrew Hundley, representing Louisiana Parole Project, to inform the board that Stevenson Strojan is a client of our organization, and should he be released, we're prepared to take him in our residential reentry program. As this board's aware, our organization has done the reentry from virtually all of the juvenile lifers in Louisiana who've been paroled over the last several years. We have great confidence in our ability to offer Stevenson a structured program that would help him reintegrate into the community in a successful way. I know the board has all of his accomplishments and institutional record in front of you, so I'm not gonna go into all of his accomplishments, but his disciplinary record, along with his work record, but especially his record of volunteerism in the community, in his inside community, the community service that he offers, stands out. In particular, anyone who's done a tour in recent years has probably met him and whatever K-9 he is handling at that time, because he is one of the main PAWS trainers. As someone who's been there, I can tell you that it is close to being a thankless job. You truly volunteer for that, but he is definitely committed to that program, and I think it's shows an example of the kind of person he would be if he came home to the community, being involved in community service opportunities. He's very well-rounded, very mature, and we have no doubt that if he were paroled, that he would be able to meet all parole criteria and requirements. We believe he would have no problem finding employment. Our organization would assist him to ensure that all of his needs were met, including employment. He would have a reentry specialist, peer mentor, assigned to him from our staff, as well with a staff social worker, and he would have to complete our structured residential reentry program before moving on to his long-term residence. I will stand by in case there are any questions related to his reentry. Just wanted to confirm that our organization is prepared to house him and have him go through our entire program, and he would have access to all the resources that our organization has to offer to ensure his long-term success. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, next we'll go to Miss Karen Moffitt.
Good morning. My name is Karen. I am Stephen's little sister. I want to begin by offering my deepest and most sincere condolences to the victim's family on behalf of my entire family. I know nothing we say can remove the pain that my brother caused. However, I do know he is a changed man who regrets his actions more than anything. Growing up, Stephen always stood out, not because he tried to, but because that's just who he was. His teachers and peers loved him, and he had a natural brilliance that made school seem effortless for him. Meanwhile, I was at the kitchen table with snacks, highlighters, and a full survival plan just to pass a quiz. But despite all that, to me, he was the typical annoying big brother, emphasis on annoying. When our father left during Stephen's senior year, our family became divided. I was too young to understand everything then, but looking back, I can deeply see how that loss affected Stephen. I share this not to excuse his actions, but to show you the emotional weight that he was carrying at such a young age. It wasn't until Stephen left that I began to feel the sting of abandonment and disappointment from the men who were supposed to be there to protect my sister and myself. And it opened my eyes to see how alone he must have felt and how much he had been holding inside. But throughout the past 25 years, Stephen has never let go of the love for his family. He has stayed devoted and present however he could, showing up for his nieces and nephews, helping my oldest daughter with her math homework over video calls, and would hold me accountable if I forgot to log in. Remembering the little things, most recently he organized a birthday party for my 6-year-old daughter, to just being the dependable uncle that they adore. Family has always been sacred to him, and we've always tried to remind him that he is sacred to us as well. I would also like to acknowledge Ryan and Brittany Allman, the pastor and first lady of Full Gospel UPC in Baton Rouge. They have offered to guide and support Stephen through their men's fellowship program if he is granted parole. Stephen is no longer the irrational 17-year-old boy that he once was. He is now a 43-year-old man. He has grown in wisdom, shown in the way he continues to reach the younger members of our family and pour knowledge into his nieces and nephews. He has grown in maturity, reflecting on how his past decisions has shaped his life and how his future choices will build him a better one. He has grown in resilience, refusing to allow his circumstances to define who he is or becomes. Stephen, I want you to hear me clearly. My home is always open to you, no matter what happens, no matter how heavy life feels. You will always be loved. We're here always. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And Brittany? Ms. Brittany?
Good morning. Good morning, members of the Louisiana Parole Board. My name is Brittany James. I am the cousin of Stephen Strojan. His mother is my aunt. I currently work as a professional therapist with 10 years of experience. I would like to begin by thanking you for allowing me the opportunity to speak on Stephen's behalf today and by offering my condolences to the victim and his family. Please note that nothing I say about Stephen is meant to detract from the pain that they've experienced. Although I was very young, 9 to be exact, when Stephen entered the system, I still remember him as someone full of potential with his entire future ahead of him. Unfortunately, like many teenagers experiencing divorce, instability, and the influence of negative peers, he made a devastating decision, one he has carried the weight of for the past 25 years. That moment, however, does not reflect the man he is today. Over the years, through letters, visits, and conversations, I have observed his growth and witnessed his profound transformation. He has demonstrated genuine remorse, full accountability, and a sincere understanding of the impact of his actions. He has never made excuses. Instead, he has used his time to better himself, taking rehabilitative courses and earning a bachelor's degree in Christian ministry. Despite the distance and circumstances, he never once forgot my birthday. He consistently checked in on me, encouraged me, and served as a quiet example of resilience and growth in ways he may not even realize. He is no longer the impulsive, hurting teenager who entered prison. He is a mature, grounded man who has rebuilt his character through faith, discipline, education, and reflection. As both a therapist and a business owner, I can confidently say that he is not a danger to society and fully prepared to reintegrate as a productive, responsible citizen. I wholeheartedly believe he should be granted parole. If released, he will not be navigating this transition alone. Our family is ready to support him, and I am personally committed to his success. I will provide him with an entry-level position at my company to ensure steady income and to build consistent work experience. That offer does not come as a gesture of charity. My professional success and that of my company depends on reliable employees. And I am making this commitment because I have full confidence in his work ethic and integrity, which I do not take lightly. He will always have a safe and stable place to live, and my home is open to him if he ever needs a place to reside. I will personally assist him with essentials such as banking, technology, transportation, and assessing healthcare. I truly believe in second chances. None of us would want to be defined by the rest of our lives by our worst decision, especially a decision made at 17 years old. After 25 years of reflection, accountability, and demonstrated change, I believe he has more than proven his readiness to return home and contribute positively to society. I hope you can see that too. Thank you for your time, your service, and your consideration. I respectfully ask that you grant Mr. Strojan the opportunity to reunite with our family and begin the next chapter of his life as a productive member of our society.
Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, Warden, I skipped by you, but let's hear your comments.
All right, well, thank you very much. Stevenson has been very busy, as you can see. He's taken just about everything that we have to offer in regards to his rehabilitation. He's kind of a quiet, low-key guy. He's a trustee at Camp F, and he's been a model resident here. Zero problems. He's an inmate leader in the right way.
Assistant Warden Megan Shipley asked me to say something on her behalf. She couldn't be here today. She wanted, I mean, pretty much everything that I'm going to say has already been said, but she wanted everyone to know that the PAWS program means a great deal to Stevens. And this program has brought him out and showed that he has a lot of his confidence, made him very confident in himself. He also speaks very diligently to any of our visitors that come to the program. And I do know he did speak about the children at risk that he talks to, and I have seen that myself firsthand. He does speak to them, and they react to him in a positive way. So I would hope and wish that if y'all do grant him, that he continues to do this. She also wanted you to know that he is a can-do person. Anything you ask him, he will do and do his best at it. Thank you.
Warden. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll let your attorney wrap it up now for those that are in favor. So, ma'am, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Members of the committee, My name is Sophie Vigland. I have served as Mr. Strojan's attorney for the past year and have had the privilege of being his friend for more than 6 years. Mr. Strojan will be the first to tell you that the choices he made at 17, firing a gun, killing Mr. Patton and injuring 2 others, and stealing from his neighbors, are inexcusable and the decisions he regrets most in life. Yet Mr. Strojan recognizes that even though he has the deepest regrets for his decisions of more than 2 decades ago, words are insufficient to repair what his actions shattered. To right wrongs that he cannot undo, Mr. Strojan has spent the past several decades seeking to make amends through personal accountability, growth, and volunteer work. At every turn, Mr. Strojan has dedicated himself to personal growth. He has taken every single rehabilitative course offered to him, including the 100-hour pre-release program and at least 15 rehabilitative and faith-based courses, such as the Compassion Cultivation Program, Victim Awareness, Anger Management, and See Through Scriptures. Crucially, Mr. Strojan has also spent the past 25 years working to improve the lives of others. For years, he has been a certified facilitator for courses such as Thinking for a Change, Living in Balance, Anger Management, and Malika Dads, a course he helped design. He has also volunteered as a certified mentor and GED tutor, maintained certifications in CPR and basic life support, volunteered with the disaster remediation work crew, and lent a helping hand wherever possible. This work has not gone unnoticed. In recognition, LSP staff have written letters to this committee, explaining that Mr. Strojan is, quote, a huge and vital asset and the backbone of Camp F's education department, end quote. They have also remarked that his, quote, dedication supersedes all others, end quote, and awarded him several certificates for his volunteer work around camp. Former students and peers have likewise commended Mr. Strojan's dedication to others and noted his positive impact. In one of the 13 letters submitted to this committee by Mr. Strojan's former students and peers, Emmett Taylor, a former student on death row, explained, quote, when Mr. Strojan was a tutor in the high-set class, I was a student who struggled with fractions and division. I couldn't keep up with the other students, so Mr. Strojan ran off copies of basic fractions and division problems, placed me at a table by myself, and took the time to show me how to do these problems from scratch. He did this for 30 days until I was finally able to figure out how this was done. Not only did he do these things for me, he would also talk to me and the other students when we were having problems, from family-related issues to wife issues, etc. Mr. Strojan is a very caring person who goes the extra mile for those who are in need, and he is also very respectful toward others, end quote. Notably, Mr. Strojan's efforts to give back extend beyond prison walls. Since 2018, he has volunteered with the PAWS program, training numerous service dogs advanced skills to help veterans cope with injuries, trauma, and daily life. To quote Lieutenant Colonel Tanner, who supervises PAWS, quote, Mr. Strojan's positive attitude, patience, and hard work have made a meaningful difference. His participation exemplifies the spirit of rehabilitation and the power of second chances, demonstrates responsibility and compassion, reflects great character, and serves as a shining example to others, end quote. In addition, Mr. Strojan is also one of only 10 out of more than 4,000 individuals at Angola entrusted to speak to tour groups and at-risk youth visiting the prison. Mr. Strojan, motivated by ensuring no one else experiences or inflicts the same harm he once caused, uses his story as a cautionary tale to dissuade at-risk youth and others from following in his footsteps. These engagements are strictly voluntary, and as LSP staff note, Mr. Strojan gets, quote, no compensation or reward other than the difference and positive impact, end quote, he has on others' lives. Mr. Strojan's prison record reflects his desire to give back and his ability to live a productive life. In the past 15 years, Mr. Strojan has had only 2 infractions, and he has not had a single infraction in more than 5 years. Mr. Strojan has been a trustee for 12 years and has never lost that status, becoming a Class A trustee in 2019. While incarcerated, Mr. Strojan has used his time productively. He earned a bachelor's degree in Christian ministry, obtained a carpentry degree from Louisiana Technical College, learned how to operate a forklift, and finished a digital literacy class. Notably, in all of these efforts, Mr. Strojan excelled. He received a 4.0 GPA while earning his bachelor's degree, earned the highest possible rating for each category in all his recent work performance reviews, received 5 in-service awards, and has been Employee of the Month at least 4 times since 2021. Mr. Strojan has an excellent reentry plan, which is anchored by the support of the Louisiana Parole Project and by his loved ones outside of prison, 27 of whom submitted letters to this committee. If released, Mr. Strojan will join the Parole Project's reentry program, where he will have stable and safe housing, take courses to assist him with reintegrating into society, and have the support of a dedicated reentry specialist to help overcome obstacles that may come his way. In sum, Mr. Strojan is no longer the impulsive child who entered Angola more than 25 years ago. Today, he is a remorseful, disciplined, and community-minded 43-year-old man who has spent the majority of his life and will spend the rest of his life seeking to repair the immeasurable harm he caused. As Warden Shipley explained in her letter, Mr. Strojan is, quote, the epitome of a rehabilitated juvenile offender who embodies genuine remorse, growth, and an unwavering commitment to rehabilitation. He is prepared to make a great effort towards his return to the community as a reformed individual with a fresh start where he can rebuild life, support family, and become a productive member of society, end quote. For these reasons and many more, I respectfully ask this committee to grant Mr. Strojan's application for parole. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we're gonna get to the victim opposition. And I'm gonna let the DA and the mother of the victim decide who wants to speak first. So y'all decide who wants to go first.
Good morning. I'm gonna let Miss Maple Patton go first.
Yes, I would like to address the parole board first. First of all, I'd like to say good morning. My name is Maple Patton, and Shamarcus Patton was my son. I'm here to be my son's voice to make sure this criminal that murdered him, took his life, stay locked up. This law that was passed is nothing but a loophole for criminals to have to get out of jail free card. In 2001, a judge sentenced him to life in prison with no benefits. I fear for my life and my autistic son's life as well. My autistic son has been traumatized so bad until he won't even come outside unless we have to go to a doctor, and I have to basically drag him out of the house. He's afraid of being shot. He has become a recluse. He won't go anywhere. As for me, my health started declining the night my baby was murdered. I have high blood pressure. I've had it for 25 years. I have chronic depression, lupus, and bronchitis. The only thing I was doing was working in a casino as a casino dealer, single mother, living from paycheck to paycheck. But I was happy with that. because I had my 2 boys and they were thriving. This criminal destroyed my life. And I'm begging and pleading with you to please keep him locked up forever. He did, and he did the crime, and he should do the time. And as I close out my statement, my son graduated from high school. He had planned to go to a 2-year college and run track, then transfer to Louisiana Tech as a walk-on to try out for football. In March 2001, Benton High School, which is the high school he graduated from, named a track memorial in his honor. The track memorial is called the Shamarcus Patton Benton Tiger Relays. So my son wanted to live his dreams too, until Stevenson Strogan decided to take his life. Sympathy don't live here. I have nothing but hatred in my heart for you. I don't believe a word that came out of your mouth. I'll never forgive you, and I don't trust you. Sincerely, Maple Patton. I want to show you this plaque that was given to me March 8th, 2001 for my son. And this is his picture. He graduated May 29th, 2000, and he was murdered August 25th, 2000.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, and then Ms. Fitzgerald.
Yes, good morning. I'm Leanne Fitzgerald. I'm representing the Caddo Parish District Attorney's Office in opposition of parole. I really can't say anything more important or more powerful than what Ms. Patton just shared with you all. But I just want to make a few points to the board. This was a horrible, devastating event that could have been even worse than it was, although it was bad enough. Mr. Strogan did fire a gun into a very large gathering of people. He shot at least 5 times. And he hit 3 people, one of them fatally. And so there was the potential for a lot more damage to be done. The officer stated that people were literally running for their lives in this parking lot, falling down and falling to the ground for cover. And so it was a chaotic scene. And so Miss Patton has had to bury her child, something that no parent should ever have to do. And I did review the brief that the defense attorney submitted, and there are some parts of it that I think are very sugar-coated, particularly the part that refers to Mr. Strogan's intentions and his culpability. We don't believe that he just fired the gun in the air. Witnesses stated that he pointed it directly at one of them before they all started to run. And even so, he surely knew that what goes up must come down, and we do think that he intended to kill or do great bodily harm that night. Not only that, but the brief refers to earlier in the year that the murder happened. Well, it was actually 3 days prior to this murder whenever Mr. Strogan and his associates were burglarizing apartments in Bossier City. And he also was convicted for that. There's been law enforcement opposition from Bossier Parish as well for this parole hearing. So 3 days before the murder, that's what Mr. Strogan was up to. And there's some information about Mr. Strogan's childhood and how wonderful it was until he was 14 and his parents divorced. And that doesn't carry a lot of weight with the office because lots of children go through a family divorce, and that doesn't mean that they go out and burgle and shoot people. So Mr. Strojan really had opportunities and support that a lot of people don't have, which makes it even more difficult to understand what would make him make the decisions that he did coming from his background. So back to Miss Maple and her family. As she stated, she has never recovered from the loss of her son. She has suffered health issues ever since this happened. She has basically had to adjust to the rules changing on her from what she thought was going to happen and be here today to relive this. So I don't want to belittle any of the programs or any of the progress that Mr. Strojan has made. And I think that's great. And I hope that he'll keep doing those things. But basically, what it all comes down to is here we are. He is 25 years into a life sentence for a senseless, heinous murder of a young man. He's 43 years old, so he has a lot of life left. Mr. Patton would also be 43 years old if he were alive today. And he had plans, like Miss Patton said. He graduated from high school. He was a star athlete in track and football. A football award was also created in his name at his school, in addition to the track award. There are numerous records listed on this plaque that Shamakis held that still stand, that haven't been broken since he was at Benton High School. And so he was active in his church. He was a caregiver for his autistic brother, who just doesn't have the capacity to understand what happened or why Shamakis was there one day and then gone the next, never to return. So this is Shamakis. This is a person. This is not a name in report. And I just don't want us to lose sight of that, especially considering what a good man he was. And he might have children today, a family, a career. That's the path that he was on. So I appreciate the board's time and consideration, but at this time, I just don't think there are any amount of classes or certificates at this point that is good enough, that are payment enough for the price of taking a young man's life. 25 years just isn't it. There's strong opposition from law enforcement and from the family. And we just feel like it would deprecate the seriousness of this crime to allow parole at this point. And that honestly, it would be disrespectful to the memory of Shamakis and to Miss Maple and to those who love him and to the legacy that he leaves behind. And so we respectfully ask the board to deny this request for parole. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, now let's get back to you, Mr. Strogan. How old were you when this crime was committed?
17.
17. Okay. What class you took that you got the most out of since you've been there?
I would have to say thinking for a change, because it equipped me to deal with situations, conflict situations to be exact.
Okay. And you didn't even hit the guy that you was really after, correct?
Well, it was a transferred intent. Yes, sir.
So that you shot, and like they said, 3 people wounded, 1 grazed, 1 in the foot, and 1 was fatally shot. Okay. Tell me what was that disciplinary, the 30H and the 30L or I. I've never heard of those two. What was that about?
That was a three-way phone call. When I called a family member, they had someone on the line and they merged it, and I should have hung the phone up because I know that that's not allowed.
Okay, all right. And they say you got very good program. I mean, you have tons of classes and you got your tutor. I have no further questions. I mean, I've read it and I think all the testimony has answered all of my questions.
Any questions? All right, I don't see any other questions, Mr. Strojan, so I think that we're prepared to vote. Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Strojan, you're doing everything. You've done everything and you're complete to do everything. I think at this point, in my mind, you know, there was, you shot in the crowd, 3 people were injured. It's just amounts to, you know, what's the appropriate time to consider this? And at this time, I just don't think it's quite the right time for you. So with victim and law enforcement opposition, my vote is to deny.
Mr. Prater.
Concur.
All right, Mr. Strojan. Yeah, I do agree with my colleagues based on the testimony we've heard today from everybody. I'm so pleased at the work you've put in. You know, you've really worked really hard to influence the lives of others, and I appreciate that, and I sincerely mean that. And your day will come. It's just not today. So my vote today, you've already received two votes to deny, so that is the outcome of today's proceeding. But please stay the course. Reapply when you can. Your day's coming. Good luck.